Welcome to Streak Philippines 2.0. I was thinking today that we will talk a little bit about some of the things that they'll never tell you before you buy a house in the Philippines. And these are things that you really need to know. So we got a list of about 7 things that you need to think about before you buy a house in the Philippines. What's the number one, Josie?
Water.
Water. The availability of water inside your house. The place we're living at now, we are on water restrictions of 12 hours a day. So we got 6 hours on, 6 hours off, 6 hours on, 6 hours off. Now, the way we've solved that problem is to buy a tank. We got a storage tank and a pressure tank. Let me see if I can get around here, and I will show you. Underneath this green tarp is pressure tank. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's a pressure tank. And we have some filters for that. And this is the storage tank here. This big blue thing, which is about 660 liters. This allows us to get through the day pretty good. In the times when the water's off, which is 6 hours during the day, and then 6 hours at night, we can use this baby and it works real good. Okay, so that's the first thing. And what's number 2 on the list, Josie?
Flood.
Flood. Does your place flood? You know, they're going to show you the house, your dream house in the Philippines in paradise, during the wintertime probably, or during a time when there's no floods. They're going to show you the house outside of rainy season, and you will have absolutely no idea that the front of your housing development is going to be 1 foot underwater for 4 months of the year. And hopefully not your house. Now, we're lucky here because part of this housing development really floods. But we're high and dry. We're way over here next to the fish ponds, which we're going to tell you about that in a minute. But we're dry here, so there's no problem there. But I'm telling you, getting out, oh man. And in this area around Bulacan, this is Bulacan, but Bulacan in general, floods, and more floods for 4 months of the year. If we can get out the front, which we do on foot or on bicycle, or not use the e-bike because, you know, the battery will get wet. But if we can get out and we go right, it's flooded for about 1.5 kilometers down to a river. Now, if we go to the left, about 1.5 kilometers, there's a river, and it's flooded before you get to that. So you're talking about 6 inches of water coming up to the bridge. Now, if we actually go straight, it's flooded farther on down that road also. When you get towards Gaginto, the municipality, underwater, all underwater. So you need to know not only about your place right there, but the whole area. And you will find that a lot of areas really flood. And in the times they don't flood, you're high and dry and it's sitting good. So that's probably when your sales agent is going to show you that house. What's next on the list, Josie? Huh? Substandard. Pretty much every material that they use to build these things is substandard. From the hollow blocks to the rebar to everything inside. All of your plumbing fixtures, your hinges on your doors gonna rust. I mean, everything is substandard, and you got to plan on replacing a lot of that stuff because it's just plain junk. These sheet metal fences they put in the front, some of them show serious rust before they're even sold, and most of them in our housing development are either fallen down, look terrible. I mean, they put it in there just long enough to sell a place, okay? So let's just substandard, okay? What's next on the list?
Development in surrounding.
Oh boy. Now that's a big one. And you're looking at it. You see in the background there? You see all those fish ponds? Like 50 fish ponds back there? You can't spot them? Really? Well, that's because they're not there anymore. When we moved here, it was fish ponds as far as the eye could see. We had these great Philippine lizards in the water. They're like 4 or 5 feet long. We had flocks of birds. We had egrets. We had great blue herons. We had everything you could imagine. They're gone. They're all gone. We had snakes, all gone. You may not like snakes, but the snakes they're all gone. We used to get some in the house sometimes. All gone, all gone. Everything to do with nature is gone, okay? And what's replaced them? A warehouse park. Now, whoever imagined, how could they build a warehouse park on fish ponds? Well, the way they did that is they filled it in with tens of thousands of trucks dumping, which was dust and dirt in the air that coated our house about 1/4 of an inch thick. Sometime you would just have to run inside if you happened to be outside and the wind was wrong. Okay, so that's development. So if there's a rice field, fish ponds, whatever, be aware in the Philippines, they don't leave green spaces. And agriculture is really kind of going bye-bye to development. So that beautiful rustic view you've got, don't plan on it. Don't plan on it. I would never buy again in an area that is undeveloped, because unless you're on the side of the mountain, and then of course, you have to worry about landslides and stuff. Next on the list.
No insulation.
No insulation. Of course, when we bought this house, we looked at it in January, and they had all the windows open. All the windows were open. Oh man, there was such a delightful breeze flowing through because of all those fish ponds that mostly don't exist except for this one. It felt wonderful. I thought, we're never going to need air conditioning in this place. It is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. It feels so good. I love the outdoors, and I love the breeze. Okay, well, you just wait till April. I had a friend here when we first got here who said, just wait till April, you'll think you're in hell. Okay, well, she was right. We got air conditioning now, but upstairs, there's no insulation. There's just a metal roof. Now, if you've ever seen the old movie Bridge Over the River Kwai, where the Japanese put the prisoner into a metal box to bake in the sun, that's what these places are like upstairs, pretty much for the whole year, but especially 8 months of the year. And next on the list is
Termite ants.
termites. We were dealing with ants this morning because, here's the crazy and surprising thing about ants. They get in all your electric switches. You can see it. It seems like they actually eat the concrete, because you can see the tunnels going up, not only behind the paint, but some of the concrete's gone. So I don't know. They like some of that mixture in the concrete. It's crazy, But they get in your light fixtures and they ruin them, and potentially are also a fire hazard. So ants are really a big problem. But of course, the thing that's really going to be the biggest problem is termites. So now in our house, we have a kitchen, a dirty kitchen that we build on, and it does have wood cupboards. Okay, that is, other than buying the house, that's probably the second worst decision, was putting in wood cupboards. Oh man, termites are disaster. Avoid termite problems. Don't put in anything that's wood. Put in some aluminum cabinets, something like that. Next on the list, ongoing maintenance. Ongoing maintenance. Yeah, that says it all. I had a condo in the U.S. I didn't do a damn thing to it in 10 years. The walls look great. The floors look great. Everything looked great. I had no ants and, I didn't do anything. Just a little bit of routine cleaning. That was it in 10 years. That's it. But here, the paint inside on our walls started to flake off on about year 4. And it's progressed now to where everything on an exterior wall, I'm assuming they didn't seal it. I'm assuming they didn't prime it. Whatever you need to do, they didn't do it. Because the paint doesn't stick to anything. Nothing. Okay? Josie's actually doing a little urban renewal project right now with, what is that? She has some white caulk she bought on Lazada that she's messing with. She's covering the bare areas. But at any rate, it's almost like the house is disposable because there's so many things that you really have to keep on top of. You really do. All the time, there's something that needs attention, something that breaks. And because most of the stuff you buy at the hardware store is also junk, we've replaced the kitchen faucet. I think we're on our 5th, either 4th or 5th faucet now. Okay? That's the way it is. It's like continuous. You really need a helper. Okay. What number are we on, and what else we got?
That's the last.
That's the last one?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Seems like we got more problems than that. No, really. You can deal with this stuff. I'm just making you aware of things that you may not have been ever considered and that nobody is going to tell you about when you consider buying a house in the Philippines. So I'll tell you the other thing. I will add one more thing. I really, really wish we had a helper. But, getting a helper is a big decision because you got to worry about security. Can you trust that person? And it's really a big decision. So we've gone it alone. And Josie's not from this area, so she didn't really have friends in this area. Unlike Makati, where she was from. But if you have the opportunity to get a good helper, somebody that knows the ropes, knows where to go, and knows where to get whatever you need to get fixed, and knows how to get the job done. And getting the job done is cheap. It's cheap in the Philippines. It really is. So that's what I've got to say today about things that they probably will never tell you. And I won't say don't buy a house in the Philippines. Just know what you're getting into. Thanks a lot for watching. This is a new channel. And I would appreciate it if you'd subscribe. Thanks very much.